I'm now on my way to hit a big arm session today. So I think I've fixed the exposure for now-ish, because I was using just manual exposure, whatever, and it was just going really dark. So fingers crossed this is a little bit better. Got the microphone on, which hopefully again is working, because I did have some audio issues a couple days ago, which haven't, well, I would have put the videos out by the time you see this actually, so I probably just ended up doing a voiceover. But anyway, yeah, so training has been going good the last, well, for ages I guess, but specifically the last couple weeks. The diet that I'm on now, so this morning was weighing 228.2 pounds, which is I think around about 103-4 kilos, something like that. So definitely getting a lot lighter. The cut that I finished in sort of February, March time, I did get down to, I mean, like a realistic low weight was about 223, but then one day, like randomly, when I just, I think it was when I went to the Peak District actually, but my weight dropped to like 217 just from obviously dehydration, etc. So I'm not far off where I kind of was at that point, but I still don't feel, you know, kind of anywhere near as lean, which to be honest is a little bit worrying, because that means that, you know, if I was to just continuously drop weight and get to that same level, then all I've done is just gained body fat and then lost it. So obviously, being that I've trained 8 years now, I'm not going to be expecting crazy amounts of muscle gain within a certain period of time, because that just diminishes over time. That's just how it is. But what I would say is that I've also got to remember, realistically, I was only bulking there for like 3 months. So if you look at like what you can achieve after 8 years of bulking or 8 years of training, and then you divide that by kind of 4, then obviously, you know, maybe I am only expecting like a couple pounds of muscle growth. So yeah, that's kind of actually understandable when you break it down like that, which then just makes me realize that it is quite important to be efficient when you bulk. And then when I go and do the gaining phase this year, or the end of this year, which will be in a few weeks time, it will start, I'm going to just make sure again, just to try and limit the amount of body fat that I put on at the start. And I just think that that's going to put me in a little bit of a better position, so I can kind of go for longer and not have to stop, basically, because it's not just the body fat, how it looks, but obviously it just affects a lot of other things as well, like how you feel, how your cardio is, etc. So yeah, I am excited for that. But then there is part of me, I've been seeing this guy on TikTok who he's competing at the moment. I don't really follow a lot of people that compete, to be fair. I just literally followed him because he was posting some cool TikToks, and I just thought it's good kind of like motivation, because he was posting a lot, so it's good to keep me motivated. And he's been getting super shredded, and it just kind of made me think, oh, like, there are a lot of benefits to being lean, and like one of them is that you literally can just take a video anywhere in any real half good lighting, and it just looks sick. You don't need to edit it. Like, you're realistically, when you're shredded as well, you're always tanned, you're always like, yeah, I just feel like it's just obviously a very good sort of marketing tool. But obviously, yeah, doing it for why I want to do it is the most important thing. But that does just, it is just a cool thing to have. You don't have to sort of spend so much time trying to make videos look good, or, you know, focus on, oh, I'm not looking so lean today, etc. Which, yeah, for some people obviously doesn't matter at all, but for me, I'd say sometimes I don't care at all, but then other times, you know, it just depends what kind of vibe you're going for. But anyway, literally now pulling up at the gym, so I've taken my Yohimbine again. I'm now going to do, I'm up to 15 milligrams of Yohimbine for the last couple weeks, so that'll be good. The bigger you are, the more you need to take, and it does build up a tolerance, so do your own research on that if you are going to take it. Mainly, it's just been dropping calories. There's no kind of crazy, like, obviously I've given you tip there, but there's no real insane cheat code. It's just a matter of sticking to your plan, and yeah, just seeing the results come in, which they have come in very quickly. And I haven't had a single cheat day, which is good. But again, I am only doing this for around kind of 8 weeks. So for me, I can just sort of see straight through to the end. But I can imagine, obviously, for some people, if you've never done that before, then that in itself is still a really long time. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna pull in now and set up the camera after my cardio, and we'll get into some arms. Right, first set, gonna go for push downs, full stack. Gonna aim to get between sort of 10 and 12 maybe, 8 and 12, but super slow reps. Right, I've just done 2 sets on there, full stack. I think we're around 10 reps. As you see, they're super slow, so they felt good, but because I was doing them so slow and trying to really control the portion up, my core was just getting really worked. So that was 2 fantastic sets, but now I'm just going to finish on 1 more with a rope, which means less weight, so it's easier to actually just stay on the floor basically. So I'm going to go for just a couple shy of the stack, and then aim for about 8 to 10 again. Squeeze the bottom. Little drops there, that was way too heavy. Maybe just 4 or 5 on this. Good stuff. That's push downs done. Probably biceps next. Right, so I've just finished now first set, which was, or first exercise, so I guess 2 exercises, tricep push downs. So I did 2 sets with a sort of not a straight bar, but a slightly curved bar with a narrow grip. 2 sets, slow and controlled, and then I did 1 set of rope push downs. And now I'm going to move on to spider curls. So bench around sort of 45 degrees, and then 40 kg, and then going for around 10 to 15 on this one. So yeah, love this one. Yeah, some really good sets so far. I've just done that set of spider curls with the barbell, which I absolutely love, and I don't get a chance to do them at my home gym because obviously I don't have a easy bar just yet. So I will be getting one soon, but in a nice way. It's cool to just have it as a sort of treat to do here. But yeah, I'm gonna go for at least another 1, probably 2, because it takes a while to lug that 40 kg barbell all the way from the other side of the gym. So probably 2 more here, then probably single arm machine curls, and then maybe another tricep. Oh, that's perfect. Nice. Right. This would be a good one. Right, that's 2 sets and that done. I'll definitely do one more because that's just feeling absolutely perfect. And again, I don't have access to this at home. So yeah, definitely do one more, maybe 2. But I'm just gonna record just these ones for now. So yeah, check back in for the next exercise. Okay, so final exercise is gonna be an overhead tricep, well, press. I'm gonna do it with the rope, so just easier for me to actually maneuver this. I would prefer sometimes an easy bar, but I think with this setup here, this is perfect. So 1 or 2 sets, maybe 3, but let's see how this weight feels. A little bit heavy, I think. Oh, that's perfect. Good stuff. Right, that's a wrap on that one. Really good arm session. So I did 4 exercises. Triceps, first set I think was 3, biceps 3, and then back to biceps again, did 3 sets, and then finished on another 3. So quite high volume for me, to be fair. As I've said in previous videos, I often just do biceps by themselves, so yeah, or triceps actually, but turn the exposure down a little bit. Yeah, good pump. 2 weeks left on the cut, so let's make it count.